we start this video. Hello, Internetians. My name is Josh, aka ultraplayer, and I am your coach of the Philly Soul Dew. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the BBL, the Bandless Battlers League. This is going to be week number 10, the final week of the regular season, as we are taking on Burb and his New South Wailmers today. So be sure to go check him out in the description below. I know this video is very, very late. I'm recording this days after I'm supposed to put it up, and it's being uploaded the next day so that I can finally be caught up. But yeah, I've been struggling with work and various other things, so getting this up was not the easiest thing in the world. However, we are here, and it is time to have our battle, is it not? We are 5-4. A win here for either of us, because he is also 5-4, is a guaranteed ride into playoffs. So winning is definitely of the urgency for both of us, and let's see if I can do it. I don't have a team builder. I said I'd have a team builder, but I don't. So, big whoops. The team ended up being kind of wacky. But regardless, I have a SD, Bugini MZ, U-Turn, Scizor. I have a Chillon, Berry, Regenerator, Bulky Mienshao. I have a Trick Scarf, Uxie. I have a Calm Mind, Rest Talk, Xerneas, because even though he does have something like the Roselia, which in theory would probably stop me, it actually doesn't. And if I get a Calm Mind boost up before it comes in, I actually can beat Roselia 1v1 with Mono Moonblast with Rest Talk, which is really cool. The only thing I had to be careful of is, of course, something like Taunt, bad rolls with Sleep Talk, and then, of course, a Z-move, something like the Mimikyu is what I'd most expect. I have a fast Abomasnow with 4 attacks, I think, and then I have my Rocks, Regirock. Let's get into it. He's going to bring his Mimikyu, his Roselia, his Tornadus, Therian, his Bisharp, and his Arceus, and his Mega Ampharos. The team that he could have had access to was, of course, on the screen at the time. But, oh, right. I took a head start, made sure I looked at the team for once. We're going to go to 1.5. So I had to speed up. But I'm going to lead off with my Scizor, as he's going to lead off with his Mimikyu. Very, very nice for me. As I can just go ahead and U-turn out, get some information, see what his initial response to this is as he goes into Torn, and reveals that this is a defensive Torn, which is not what I prepped for at all. Which is very, very unfortunate, because a Rocky Helmet Torn is actually really, really good versus me. But I'm bringing in my Regirock here. I don't want to risk him going for, like, Taunt to stop my rocks or something, so I want to get a Toxic off on that, even though I know that Roselia is a very obvious potential switch. Oh wait, did I go for Stone Edge? I go for Toxic later. Spoiler alert, I go for Toxic later. But I go for Stone Edge and I miss, which is unfortunate because I would have done some nice damage, but I'm bringing my Uxie here as it's a generally good switch into this thing, and I can go ahead and get the U-turn off as he is undoubtedly going out into his Bisharp, which is nice. So I can U-turn out on that, and then I can bring out my Azuna, which is going to be my Mienshao, and then threaten something very, very well. But the reason I want to bring out this is because I know that his Torn will be his switch into this, and I can get rid of that Rocky Helmet, which is very, very nice for my potential win con, aka my Scizor, to go ham, which is how you're going to see me set up for victory this time, is trying to go for game with my SD Scizor. But regardless, here I'm going to bring out my Kaguya, as he's going to go for U-turn. I'm pretty sure the Bisharp is going to come out here, and he's going to go for Rocks, which is okay, because I can U-turn out on it. Very okay with that. So here I go for the U-turn, and this time I'm going to bring in my Scizor in case he tries to go for knockoff. Like I said, I'm Z-move, and I'm versus the Iron Head, so this is and I'm also Roost, so this is a pretty generally good switch into this mon. As he's going to get up his rocks. I don't have Hazard Removal, which is really, really bad, but here I go for U-turn. He actually stays in, which is surprising. I'm guessing going for the knockoff to get a bunch of damage off of me. So I'm going to bring in my Whites, which I believe is a decent play here, because I'm going to be able to take the knockoff, because I know he's not going for Iron Head here. And he does go for knockoff. I am going to be able to take that. And here, because like I said, I have a fast Mega Abomasnow. Specifically, I'm made to outspeed what I thought was going to be his Bisharp spread. And I'm just not going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to take out the Bisharp right away, which is very, very nice. Because that's something that can pressure my Xerneas. So he's going to bring out this. I don't think I'm going to live in Extreme Speed in any world, but on the off chance he's like defensive, I'm going to Mega Evolve to get as much bulk as possible, and then get my attack up, so that I can potentially do as much damage as possible with the Ice Shard. But he is going to knock me out, and I'm going to bring in my Megumin here, as it is one of my dedicated ways to switch into this. The hazards are very, very unfortunate here, and once again, he is going to go into the Roselia as I go for Drain Punch this time. Oh wow, I thought I Toxic him. Maybe I don't Toxic him. Maybe I don't have Toxic. I think I had Thunder Wave. Maybe that's why I didn't go for Toxic earlier. I didn't have it. But regardless, here I'm going to bring in my Kaguya this time, and I believe here I go for, he goes for the Giga Drain. I'm going to go here for the trick to try and cripple this thing to make it harder for it to beat my, even harder to beat my Xerneas, even though it was already going to have struggle with it. But I can also get rid of my Choice Scarf, which at this point I don't feel like I need. But anyway, he goes for Sludge Bomb here. He's now locked into that. He's going to switch out, I guess, predicting Scizor to come down, which is fair, as I go for the Psychic to get some damage off. And the Torn comes in, and that does not do as much damage as I was hoping it would do, because I need that Torn weakened for my Scizor to go in. Or I need my, the Mimikyu dead so I can go in with my Xerneas. But regardless, he brings in the Mimikyu here, and I'm going to bring in my Megumin. And I am going to go for the, do I go for Stone Edge? I go for Toxic this time. I do have Toxic. That's right. I remember now. I remember. I already forgot everything that happened in this game, even though I just rewatched it. Regardless, I get the Toxic off from the Mega Ampharos. And he is going to Mega Evolve. And he is going to click Dragon Pulse and reveal that he is faster than my Regirock. And he's going to knock me out, which is fine, because I can bring my Xerneas in on this. And on the switch out, I'm going to be able to go for Calm Mind and just start really potentially going in. Because this, like I said, this Xerneas, depending on what his, some of the remaining sets are, actually can win this game right now. But I go for Calm Mind. He does not actually power switch out like I thought he would Volt switch out, which I didn't really think about at the time of playing. Volt switching out makes the most sense because Mega Ampharos here is basically worthless. So, he brings out the Mimikyu, which is still fine. I actually go for Rest here because I can potentially live the Never Ending Nightmare, but he actually turned out to be Twinkle Tap, Let's Snuggle, which means I have to. I'm just going to go ahead and, yeah, we're going to turn that off for a second. And, let's see if I can just skip through this. Come on. But yeah, he is going to knock out my Xerneas, which is unfortunate. I would have loved Never Ending Nightmare, gotten a Rest Off, and been able to start going Calm Mind and stuff. But now, without the Mimikyus, actually, I think I went for Moonblast to break the disguise so my Scizor could potentially win. But regardless, he still has his Torn at full health, which is very unfortunate. And this thing is going to actually have Heat Wave, which is going to be enough to knock out my Scizor. And at this point, the game is basically over. Like, I'm going to lose 5-0 in theory because he can just Hurricane my Mienshao. But he's actually not going to win 5-0 because he's actually going to go for U-turn on my Mienshao instead of going for Air Slash or Hurricane. And he is going to bring out his his Arceus. I'm going to go for Knockoff. Gets rid of the Chople Berry, which is very good. And then he is actually going to go for the Extreme Speed, pop my Chilan Berry. And I'm going to live, and then I'm going to be able to knock this thing out with a high jump kick, which is hilarious. So, that's going to go down. And he is going to bring out his Roselia as I go for a Drain Punch and do quite a lot of damage, not going to lie. But unfortunately, it's not enough to save me from the range of the Sludge Bomb, and I'm going to be knocked out here. So very unfortunate. We are going to take a 4-hour loss here, which in theory made it very hard to get in playoffs, but due to Luxanse dropping out of playoffs to focus on himself, I actually ended up at the number 9 seed, so I do make playoffs, and I will be facing Kelly in the next game, which will not be going up in a couple days. It'll actually be going up the week after because we have a bye week for playoffs. So that's the game. That's how week 10 ends. We end up 5-5. Mega Bomb Stone with my kill leader. Of course it is because it is GOAT. And next time you see me, I will be facing Kelly in the BBL. So that's going to be that. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.